right, so back to the regular cooking videos. Just been trying some different things. I wanted to actually put emphasis on the recipe itself. Mostly I just do this for the ranting and the journaling aspect, but I did want to make sure I could provide usable content for some people, personal friends of mine who wanted to know how I cook some of my food. So I put the quick clips together so it's easier to follow along. I think they're a little better on my Instagram because you're able to write longer descriptions versus YouTube Shorts don't allow that. And the music selection, I enjoy, picking fun music. So nothing too crazy, just little preferences here and there. But standard breakfast, not much has changed. This week, though, we took the low calories on low days even lower. That was tough. Not really, actually. I had a pretty good day yesterday. It was a low carb day. I had all my normal salads. Those are fantastic. And then I took out the flour tortillas to reduce calories there. And then I cut my French toast at nighttime from 8 slices down to 4 on my low carb days. So that happens 3 days a week. I have 2 high carb days and then 2 moderate carb days. That way I still keep calories high for performance on the days I need that energy. And then I have, what do you call it? Then I have, less food on days where I don't exactly need it. It's not a massive priority to eat a large amount of food on the days I don't train. And, that makes sense for me because I'm trying to cut. And the only way I can cut is to take the food away on the days I don't train. If I take away food on training days, it tanks my performance. So I started lumping more of my food around training. So if I get really deep into this cut and I got to push the cardio and push the food, then I will increase activity, right? I'll do more cardio. But up until some point, you can't just keep adding cardio. It starts to become something that you can't recover well from. So I'm adding, there we go. I'm adding these high carb days to try and fill up my energy stores for training. And then the days that are less of a priority for me, I take those calories out. So that way my average for the week, even though you see I have 2 high days, 2 moderate days, because those 3 low days are really low, the average for the week is lower. So that's kind of how that works for me. We threw some green onions into the omelet today. I'm really enjoying the green onion. But we'll see if I can cook this in a timely fashion. I really prefer just the long episode format for YouTube videos. The shorts are great for just getting people to the channel. They're more tedious to set up because I have to get everything ready so I can do the clips. The editing takes a lot more time and effort. And to be honest, it doesn't get me much more traction than just a standard video post. My highest viewed video is still just a regular cooking video that took 20 minutes. So I'm going to keep them the way they are. Today's a second high carb day of the week, so I get 300 grams of rice split up over 3 meals, and that's 300 grams raw weight. I cook, and I don't know what weight it'll end up being, so I don't count the cooked weight because if I put more or less water, the weight of the rice will vary. So weighing it uncooked is better. I know how much chicken I need for the week. It loses water when it cooks. It loses about 25% of its weight. And I always, just for fun, science sake, I will weigh all the meat before and after cooking it. And it's always 76% of the original weight. So I know that assumption is correct. So that way I can always buy 25% more weight than I actually need for my meals that week. And that way I don't end up with not enough chicken or too much. So if I need 30 pounds of chicken for the week, or if I need to eat, 22.5 pounds of chicken that week, I know I need to buy 30. so I have enough chicken cooked. So trying to explain that to clients is always like frustrating, not like for them, but it's like hard. It's like when you start using math to explain things to people, people start getting pissed off. It's like, man, I thought I graduated already. I don't need to hear this shit again. But, you know, that's where math is useful. Even the most basic kinds is things like that, understanding ratios. You don't need to understand why the meat loses weight or anything. You don't need to go to science class, but you need to understand, okay, it gets lighter when I cook it, so I need to buy more so that way I'm not running to the store again at the end of the week. So that's why it's good to plan your meals ahead, especially for bodybuilding or budgeting in general. Because if you already know what you're going to eat that week, your grocery bills are way cheaper. You're not over purchasing. You're not making multiple trips to the store where maybe you might buy things on a whim because it looks good. It's been amazing for my budget. When I was just buying things on a whim, I mean, worst case scenario, I eat out every day. If I eat out every day, I'm guaranteeing each meal is $20 minimum. So, you know, you eat 3-4 meals a day because you're a bodybuilder still. It's $80 a day. That's $560 by the end of the week. I barely spend $200 for all my groceries for the week. And I eat a lot of food. And I don't end up with any waste. The only things that cost extra are like the little ingredients that stretch way longer than that amount of time. So I try to keep the pan from getting too hot. So that's why I'm taking it on and off the heat. I still want it to be wet, the egg. So that way whenever I throw this chicken in, it actually sticks to the egg. I don't know, I'm just weird. Just the way I like to cook. But really starting to hit a good stride here with the diet, I think. We're finally down to 237, and we're going to see if we consistently weigh under 240 this week. The last 2 weeks, I've gotten under 240, but it's only been for like 1 day or 2 days. I want to see my weight stay under 240, but I'm not trying to rush under 240 because if I rush the weight loss, then some of that is going to be muscle and I will lose performance in the gym. So I'm not likely to get much stronger during the rest of this cut, but what I do need to do is continue to move the same weights. And that's how I'll maintain, you know, muscle mass. So this week, I'm still getting stronger on some exercises. Other ones aren't progressing nearly as fast. When I have the food in an off season, they will. And that's what I'm super excited for. I've been starting to like plan how I'm going to periodize my training and like how I'm going to structure exercise selection so that I can prioritize certain muscle groups. And, you know, strength potentiates growth. It doesn't directly lead to, but it increases the potential for growth, right? Potentiates. So I know I need to get stronger on lat pull downs. And if I change my grip and position on the lat pull downs, I will work different areas of the muscle groups. So in doing that, I can make sure that my lats grow consistently and in the right places. I feel like my lats are really thick and they're wide from the back, but from the front, my lats lack width. They look good in the front lat spread, but as soon as I put my arms up for a front double bicep, my lats kind of like, they pull in. So like if I pose like this, they stick out, but as soon as I bring my arms up, they kind of disappear. So I notice when I do certain exercises, I feel the lat stretching more. Neutral grip, that's the straight grip, versus overhand. When I do neutral grip pull downs, I really feel that area of the lat that I want to stretch so that maybe it'll show from the front over time. So I'm making sure I'm choosing exercises where I feel the muscle working the way I want it to. So if I get strong at it over a long enough period of time with enough food, I can count on that muscle growing and changing into look the way I want it to look by the end of that time. So I'm really excited for the growing phase, but I'm also really excited about the progress I'm making right now. I'm eating more than I've ever eaten on a diet, weighing less than I've weighed in many years, and I'm looking better than I've looked in a long time. I'm very excited about that. It's always good to make progress, and it's easy to not focus on the positive things. I have a hard time being positive, especially with bodybuilding, but I've been doing really good this year, and I'm just proud of myself, and I want to give myself kudos for the hard work because I know how hard it is for me to stick to a diet, and I have been kicking ass these last 2.5 months. So we still got all the way until June. We're gonna keep pushing. I started adding cardio last week, 300 calories for 4 sessions, so 1,200 calories burned per week on cardio. To put that into perspective, that's about 20 to 30 minutes of cardio, depending on the level of intensity that you're using. If it's the elliptical, it's 27 on average is what I finish with some resistance. If it's, what's the other thing? If it's like a treadmill walk, it's going to be 5% incline at 3 miles an hour for 35 minutes. So it's going to be anywhere from, 27 to 35 minutes. Yesterday, I actually jogged because I'm trying to strengthen my Achilles tendon since I tore it and repaired it last year. I'm almost a full year recovered. And I just want my Achilles to feel strong and capable. I want to be able to use my legs like I used to. So we've been doing some rehab work, slowly strengthening the Achilles. I took like 11 months off because it's a big issue with Achilles tendon recovery and any sort of tendon repair recovery where people just get back into it too soon. The muscle gets really strong really quick, and then it gets stronger than the tendon and it pulls itself off of the tendon again. Tendons don't grow nearly as fast as muscles, which is why when you do steroids, it's a big concern of getting too strong too quick. And that's why you should periodize your training. That's why you should be careful. But even if you're not on steroids, if you're recovering from a surgery, you can pull the muscle right off the tendon. It happens all the time. So you just got to be smart. And I really focused on range of motion first, and then I started working on just movement. So I started doing cardio. And cardio is a very light way of just strengthening the muscle and the tendon. And now I'm adding some weights, but not a lot. Instead, I'm increasing the intensity of my cardio and trying to use selections that use more calf work. So the elliptical is very easy on the ankle, but running, you got to kind of bounce on the foot. So I'm starting to use my foot more in an athletic way. And maybe we should see some muscle accrue in the ankle and slowly develop in the Achilles over this next year. Pretty positive, feeling good about it. All right, so we're gonna hit this with a little garlic, little dill weed and these green onions. Great idea. I had to Google some ideas for what to put on this, and Google did not let me down. All right, now some salt. Drinking, I'm almost to a gallon already, and it's only 9:45 this morning. So we got a second gallon to get down, but my second gallon goes a lot slower throughout the day. Okay, so we let the omelet get a little hot. It's okay. Perfect timing. Just gonna throw this over to let it steam itself some more. And we're gonna finish these oats off. So 1 cup of oats, whether it's a low, moderate, or a high carb day, it's always the same. I'm gonna throw some espresso powder in, some cocoa powder, Splenda, and then my favorite extracts, which lately have been cake batter extract and almond extract. Almond extract is very tasty. I don't know if you've ever had chocolate amaretto cake, but it's a very good chocolate cake. It's made with some kind of liqueur. My mom always used to make it on my birthday, so I like to put it in this. Instead of chocolate amaretto, I just use what do you call it? Sorry, I'm getting preoccupied with this. Instead of chocolate amaretto, I use the almond extract, and it tastes very similar. I don't know why that is. I don't know if they're even the same thing or not, but I know it tastes good. So espresso brings out that chocolate flavor, the cocoa, and then, the espresso brings out the cocoa flavor, and then the almond extract and the cake batter extract or just a little icing on top for me. I just kind of eyeball it. It's about like a quarter teaspoon, nothing too crazy. You want to overwhelm your palate. But yeah, it's been a great week, really good progress. We're gonna see if it sticks after today and how much weight I put on from the high carb day. You're always gonna fill out from eating carbs, the carbohydrate, the muscle's gonna fill up with some water. It's gonna store it. I'm gonna try to use as much of it as I can on this upper body day because I wanna maintain performance so I don't lose muscle mass. And then whatever carbs are left over, they'll store. I'll burn some more calories tomorrow with cardio. I'll burn some cardio calories today because it's an upper body day. I just don't do cardio on leg days. I feel like it makes it harder for me to recover from the workout. So right now I do cardio Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, my body just kind of rests a little bit. Leg day on Saturday, and that's my other moderate carb day. So it's Monday high, Tuesday moderate, Wednesday low, Thursday high, Friday low, and then Saturday moderate, Sunday low. Also, if you look in the community section of my channel, I post a screenshot of MyFitnessPal, my food log for that week, and I screenshot what the calories are on a little graph, so it's visual and easy to see, and it's a nice representation of it. All right, so we got our chocolate oats. I just got to rinse that whisk off immediately, otherwise it gets kind of sticky. So we got our, let me just reposition the camera. So we got our chocolate oats. Then we got to get our omelet out. Looking good. Very pretty omelet. Not a 10. Yesterday's was a 10. I'd give this one like an 8.5, 9. And then, we just get our liquids in. So this is when I give myself a chance to enjoy some, non-water. I have a Diet Coke. If I'm feeling tired that morning, I'm not feeling tired today. I have a cold brew coffee. And then I just got to take some vitamins now. So show you guys what my vitamins look like. I've got a ton of them. So just you wait. I got collagen, nattokinase, citrus bergamot, berberine for blood sugar control, omegas. I got my multivitamin from Animal Pack. And just you wait, there's more. Just you wait, there is more. It's a high carb day, so along with that blood sugar control from berberine, I'm getting my glucose. This is for blood flow support, healthy cholesterol, and then another blood pressure support. So just trying to do my best to try and stay as healthy as I can with all the bodybuilding stuff. And now it's time to eat, baby.